Good morning. It is 11:36 a.m. on Sunday, June 19th, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, today is Father's Day and it's Juneteenth. Juneteenth as an official federal holiday this year. I believe this is the first year. I think last year is when they established it, and this is the first year where it just is one. I think that that's a good thing. I'm not necessarily going to like talk more about it right now. Also, for Father's Day, I'm going to call my dad. I'm going to call my brother, who is himself a father of my niece, and I hope all of you fathers out there have good Father's Days. And I know that that can be a complicated day for some people, so you know, I hope you're able to spend this day in a positive way as well. Uh, I'm going to talk, though, about how yesterday I rewatched Spider Man 2, the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire one. And guess what? It's still really good. I think it was interesting rewatching it for the first time in a while because even though I've certainly long thought of it as great and I've seen little individual clips of it here and there to just remind me of it, but watching all the way through, it does feel almost a little bit like a magic trick because compared to, say, um, the first Raimi Spider Man, which has some great stuff in it and I really like it, but it also feels a little bit like it's having to work for it. You know, it has to cover a lot of ground. It has to hold the whole origin to do. Um, you know, other than the connection between Peter Parker and his friend Harry and his friend Harry's dad Norman, and that connection to the Green Goblin. Otherwise, the Goblin and Peter don't necessarily have a lot in common other than just, you know, the results of weird science experiments. And but two just feels effortless as a film, even at the same time that it is really grappling with how difficult Peter's life is and how much trouble he's having trying to live this double life, you know, constant, you know, can't hold on to even a simple pizza delivery job because he keeps getting interrupted by needing to save people's lives and he feels like he can't not do that, but then he gets fired and it's a job that he needs. It's he want how can he just let this car chase send people kill people by having cars flying all over the place and not save them, but as a result of saving them, he's late and then therefore can't see Mary Jane's play that it's been established that she cares very much about how he hasn't managed to see it yet, and she is profoundly disappointed in him. He has let down the people he loves the most again. And having all of this struggle and just feeling a little bit like, is like, don't I get anything? Like, I understand responsibility, but come on, like, don't I get anything? And you're just really lingering on that emotion in a way that I feel like I don't think I've seen any other superhero movie grapple with the emotion of it on that level. I mean, even when you have other movies where the secret identity is plot relevant and you have the characters, deal with that more or less, it's usually confined to just a couple of just little hinge moments where either where the scenario changes in some way, and we're meant to just kind of understand what the emotions are without really living in them for a while, the way this movie does. And I think it's really just great. Not to mention Alfred Molina as Doc Ock is pretty incredible. And in particular, the moment early on when they first meet and Otto's like, your professor is a friend of mine and he told me that you're brilliant, but you're lazy. And we know he's not lazy. It's because he's letting his schoolwork lapse because he's always saving people. But of course, you can't tell that. But then later, towards the end, when Peter realizes that the way to get through to Professor Octavius is to reveal who he is and that he understands what's happening. And Otto has this moment of recognition and then remembering, brilliant but lazy, huh? And it's just amazing. Yeah, it's a good movie. I like it. Spider-Man 2. And what a wonderful scenario to have so many good movies to watch these days. I was actually starting to just think that I think my two top favorite superhero movies are both Spider-Man movies. Anyway, the other one's Into the Spider-Verse, of course. I'm going to leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.